Hey guys, on the season preview list, we got the New England Patriots. So we got a brand new coaching staff. Mm, Partially, I should say, because Mayo is their new head coach, obviously, but was their former assistant coach. It was pretty much their defensive coordinator, but they didn't really. They just hadn't named one past few years, but he pretty much has been that. So yeah, we'll see how he does in his first year. He was a former Patriots linebacker. Offensive coordinator, you brought in Alex Van Pelt, first year as their offensive coordinator, obviously. This is his 20th season as a coach, so he has a lot of experience. So we'll see how he does with Patriots. They have a lot of proven guys. So we'll see what happens. And offensive coordinator, you got DeMarcus Coven. This is his eighth season with the Patriots. Like the really only saving grace probably this year is their defense. That defense should still be good. They still have a lot of most of the talent from last year. It's just how their offense probably isn't gonna be that good this year. So yeah, that's it for your coaching staff. Next, we'll go to the depth chart. So now we'll start quarterback. I think week one they're gonna start Jacoby Brissett. He's gonna be their starter for first few weeks. But if he struggles or if they're just really bad and out of it, and they think May hasn't had enough development, they might put him in just because our season's over. Well, might as well give our young guys some snaps and opportunities to get better. Because the best way for players to develop is to get snaps and play and have some good games. So, but he's a good starter. He had a good year with the Browns a couple years ago before they replaced him with Watson. Then behind him, you got Drake May. He was top. He was the third over. He was the third quarterback selected. A lot of people thought he would be the second. He's going to be a good quarterback, but if he could a lot of teams are don't see if got rookie quarterbacks start away, that doesn't always work out. If they sit, it doesn't always work out also, but it works out more often. It works a little better. See what happens there. And behind them, you got Bailey Zappi and Joe Milton the third. Joe Milton the third had a really good first preseason game for them. Zappi barely didn't really play much. Milton, I feel like the might carry three quarterbacks on the roster, but between Zappi and Milton, whichever one doesn't make the roster, that one's probably not be in the practice squad still. They'll probably will have, including the press conference, probably still have four quarterbacks. So for the future, your quarterback room still should look good. But right now, it's looking okay. So we'll see. So now let's go to your running back room. You still have Ramondre Stevenson. He's a pretty good running back. Like his 2022, he had 1,000 yards. This past season, he only had 600, but he missed 5 games, so he obviously wasn't fully healthy. But he's had 3 good years. This is fourth season, so we'll see what happens there. And but it's like teams are going to be focusing a lot on their running game because they don't have a lot. Patriots do not have a lot of weapons. And then behind him, you got Antonio Gibson. He brought him in from Washington. Had some good years with Washington. It's just he's dealt with a lot of injuries, and they've brought in Ryan Robinson to replace him pretty much. So yeah, but he has had over 1,000 yards. He has had 1,000 yard season. This past year was his worst, but that was this past season also was his least amount of carries he's had in his career. So yeah, so we'll see what happens there. But as your number two, that's perfect. That's pretty good. And behind them, you also got Kevin Harris. He's really just a young developmental guy. This is his third season. He'll probably be your third string running back, but that isn't a big deal because you don't really have much behind him. Then you also get Jermichael Hasty. He's not good, but he should be playing it all if he's your first running back. Okay, that's it for your running back room. You got a good running back in Ronnie Stevenson. You're gonna find number two in Gibson. Then after that, it's not doing so good. Now let's go to our receiver room. we have a lot of young recent draft picks. Like Douglas is going to his second year. Polk's a rookie. Baker's a rookie. Booty is a second year guy. I think Thornton's young too. Thornton's going to his third year. Um, and even Oz, and yeah, like so they have a lot of young wide receivers. But your number one wideout, you got Kendrick Bourne. He's a good wideout. Like he was having a good year last year before he got injured. Can he stay healthy still? But he's not that good of a number one. But you could, it's fine. And then we got Demario Douglas. This is his second year. He was a late round pick last year, so like another year of development should make him even better. Because like as a 6th round pick rookie, he had 49 catches, he had 561 yards, he had 0 touchdowns. But let's be honest, their team and their quarterbacks did not throw a lot of touchdowns last year, so they didn't have a lot of touchdowns to go out. And behind them is number three. You have Jalen Polk. He should be a good wide receiver. It's just I second high 2nd round pick was a little early for my liking, but he still should eventually be good. But I doubt he might not have a good rookie year, especially with this offense. And then we got KJ Osborne. You brought him in from the Vikings. He's a fine number three. He has dealt with some drop issues, so we'll see if he can fix that. But he's only on, I think, a 1 year deal, so it's not a big deal. So yeah. But then behind him, you got another rookie in the fourth. You drafted in the 4th round, Javon Baker. He's okay. But he's a rookie, so he probably won't be doing much as a rookie. He's a 4th round rookie. See there at all? He also got Tyquan Thornton. This is his third season. He is not he's barely done anything his first 2 years, but he's also barely played. But he was his former 2nd round pick. Honestly, they hope to get more of him this year. It's not looking very good. But he's still only 24, so he's relatively young. And behind them, you also got Keishawn Booty, another 2nd year guy. He he used to have high pedigree. Like it wasn't that long. Like going to the preseason, like of not this his before his draft. A lot of people thought he could have been a 1st round pick, but he had some issues. And like he originally was on stay another year at college. He was on transfer out of LSU, I think. But then something happened, and then he decided to go to the draft instead of staying in college. So yeah, but he only played 5 games last year, so obviously he wasn't very healthy. We'll see what happens there. And then we got a former 1st round pick bust in Jalen Rager, who was drafted 1 pick ahead of Justin Jefferson. Rager's bad. He's out. Like you're not gonna be going with all these younger guys that you hope can get better in front of him because you have a lot of young guys. So yeah, Rager's not making it. And Kawan Baker and David He's hanging on with the guys. Same thing with Jaquai Jackson. So yeah, that's it for your cybersecurity room. You got a lot of young guys. You hope eventually step up. But I don't think it'll be this year. I think a lot of these guys, like Polk, and I think a lot of these guys will be at best next year. But we'll see. It might not even be next year. So we'll see though. Then tight end, you have Hunter Henry. He's a good tight end. He didn't miss 3 games last year, but he had 42 catches. He had 419 yards, and he also had 6 touchdowns. Previous year, he played all 17 games. He had 509 yards. But they used to have Mike Gesicki. They used to have Mike Gesicki. He's gone now, but they kind of split it between those two tight ends. They like to use two tight ends, but he's a good number. He's a fine tight end. And behind them, we got Austin Hooper. He had some good years with the Falcons, but ever since he left there, he has just been terrible. Like, he did nothing with the Raiders last year, and yeah, but he's a fine backup tight end. And then we got Mitchell Wilcox. He's just a good, decent blocker. Is really it. They also have another rookie, Jaheim Bell. He's a 7th round pick. I don't think he's going to make this roster over Wilcox, but he should be practice squad guy if he doesn't find able to. So yeah, Bell's a fine tight end. He's just the guy. So that's it for your weapons. You got a lot of unproven weapons, but you got a lot of high draft picks. None of them are first rounders recently. Like, Rigger's a first rounder, but he was not worth that first round pick. So yeah, so let's go to your offensive line. Left tackle, you got Chukwuemeka Okafor. He's a fine left tackle, but you could also do a lot better. Like there's a reason the Steelers released him, and when they didn't before before they had good tackle play, but we'll stay there. It should be fine. Behind him, you got Calvin Anderson. He's old. He's not like he don't want him starting, but he's fine backup. You also got Caden Wallace, rookie third round pick. So you're hoping he can eventually be your starting left tackle, but you don't want him starting this year. You want to give him a year of development before you have him starting. So have Okafor be your starter. Then either release him or let him walk next offseason. Have wait up Wallace for your starters. I don't know if they signed what how long of deal Okafor was signed to. I mean the first one for 1 year deal might not have. Let's go to left guard. You have Cole Strange. He's been a good starter for them. Like a lot of people thought it was really surprising just in the first round, but he's been fine starter. Then behind him, you got Antonio Mafa, another recent draft pick. I think this is his second year. Yeah, he was a fifth round pick last year. He's a fine developmental guy. Behind him, you got the bad Michael Jordan. He is not good. I don't know why he's still on the roster at this point. I don't think he's gonna make like the regular season roster, but I don't know why people teams keep on signing him. He's not good. You also got Liam Fordell. He's just a developmental guy. He's not gonna be that good. So yeah, center you got David Andrews. He's a good center when healthy. Problem is he's not a guy who's been healthy a lot these past years. So let's see what happens there. If he can stay healthy, that's good. Behind him, he had Charles Turner the third. He's bad. Like there's a if Jake Andrews didn't have season an injury, Andrews would have been your Jake Andrews would have been your backup center and could potentially be your right guard. But so Turner's not a good backup, but he's probably your backup center with Jake Andrews done for the year already. In the right guard, you got City Sal, another second year guy, I believe. Yep. They drafted a lot of offensive linemen in the middle rounds last draft in 2023. So he's another fundamental guy. Hopefully he'll get a little better than last year, but he wasn't great last year. But they need him to be better because they do not have any they don't really have anybody that can replace him and be okay. Because they have another NFL guy, Mafa, but I don't think he's going to be better than Sal this year. Let's get Nick Leverett. He's bad. Let's just put it that way. You also got you also got Layden Robinson. He's a rookie, first round pick, but I don't think he's gonna be good this year. You got a lot of young developmental guys on this offensive line. Just none of those guys. All those guys are, and most of those guys that are developmental are the first or second year, so you're not expecting much of them yet. So now let's go to your right tackle. That's your best lineman that stays consistently is healthy. Michael Romano is really good. A lot of people were surprised when he was re-signed with them this offseason because a lot of people thought he could be a better contender. So the Patriots, he was older for that contract. He was a steal, and I think the sixth round in 2020. Yeah, he was drafted. He was He was a sixth round pick. A pretty good pick. Yes, you have Vidarian, well, former Vikings draft pick. He's just a developmental guy. He has not done anything. He is just tall and has a lot of weight on him. He's just one of those guys that teams like to see if they can develop him. We also got Jerry Henry, and he's okay. He's bad. Then Tyron Wheatley, I like about him much just because he's done for the year, so he's not a huge win. Obviously, he's not that make a difference for them this year. So that's your offensive line. You got some good start. If you got a really good right tackle in Wano, you can also play some guard. But you get a good center, but can you stay healthy? And you got some okay left tackle, and you got two guys who should get better in their third and second year in Strange and South. Let's go to their defense. So this line, you got Keon White. He's our second year guy. He didn't do much last year, but it's a big deal because you have Matthew Judon as your best pass rusher easily, and he's fine. We also got Christian Barmore. He's a really good player, but sounds like I think I heard recently that he's been dealing with the injury. So can he stay healthy? It's like in his sophomore year in 2022, he'd missed 7 games. But other than that, he's played all games in his other 2 seasons. So we'll see there. But he had 8.5 sacks, and he was drafted as a defensive tackle when he was drafted. That's pretty good. Just got Davon Udall, Godrich, Godchik. He's, a, he's not very good, but he's fine. Like you're not expecting much sacks on those tackles, so it's perfectly fine. But yeah, and then we got Teacher Grice Jr. He's a good backup and can also start at times if you need him to. As your backup, that's pretty good. Then you got Jeremiah Farms Jr. and Daniel Okule. Both of them have momentum, guys. Not shouldn't be getting much out of them this year. Just got William Bradley King. He's done nothing. So yeah, we'll see there. But he's signed depth. We also got Mike Purcell. He signed depth, but he's also 33. So is he still be signed depth this year? It'll be tough because yeah, he was never great. Guess Richardson Hill. Still a lot of injuries. He was not worth the second round pick he only years when he got drafted. Or was it your second or third rounder by the Cowboys? And then it's not bad, but yeah. That's got Armand Watts. He's shown flashes, but he's never been consistent. He had like had a couple of good fine years for the Vikings, but then Cameron O'Connell's first year at the Vikings, like when they had Ed Donatel, they got rid of Watts just because he didn't fit their new scheme. So yeah, then Sam Roberts is bad. He should make this roster. Now outside linebackers, you got Matthew Judon. He's a really good pass rusher. He had a pretty didn't do much last year, but he has been pretty good. Like he missed in 4 games last year. He had 4 sacks. He had a second game. There's 2022, a fully healthy year. He had 15.5 sacks. Previous year, he had 12.5. So he's had a lot of good years. He stayed healthy this year. That's the only time he's dealt with major injuries, so he should be fine. It's not like he's a guy with history of major injuries that you worry about. We also got Anthony Jennings. He's fine. But that's about it. We also got Joshua Uche. He's a very second round pick by them. He's okay. He's not great, but he's okay. Then you also behind him, you got Joe Joe Ham, Joe Tham Russell. He's bad depth. He's not good. Should make this roster. So that's it for your defensive line slash outside linebackers. You got it really going to shoot on. You got a lot of young guys that hopefully will get better. So yeah, now let's go to your middle linebackers. You have Jawan Bentley. He's a good middle linebacker. Like he had 114 total tackles. He had 4.5 sacks. He didn't have any picks, but he isn't much of a pick guy. He had 2 clear picks in his 6-year career so far, so he's not much of a pick guy. And so yeah, he's good starting linebacker. He did have one forced fumble last year. So yeah. Now behind then they also got Jelani Tavai. Okay. Like you could do better as a starter, but he's perfectly fine there as your number 2 middle linebacker. And then we also got Sione Takitaki and Raekwon McMillan, 2 guys who have started in the past, so those definitely needed. They're fine starters. So we'll see there. McMillan, those are as those 2 guys as your starting first middle linebacker. That's pretty good. You also got Joe Giles Harris and Chris Nellis there. Fine depth, but I definitely make the roster just because of the middle linebackers ahead of him. You also got Steel Chambers. If he's a UDFA rookie, I would never be a practice squad guy. Now we got this roster. So you got some decent linebackers. You got good depth and Takataki McMillan. Then you also got some other good depth guys in Kyles Harris and Ellis. Well, else with your secondary, you got a lot of young, you have a couple young, a few young corners. Kyles Ellis is his second season. He was having a good year, but then he had a season-ending injury. So see there, but he should have another. He should have a really good sophomore year. He should have potential for a breakout. You also got Jonathan Jones. He's perfectly good, but hoping Gonzalez will be your number one corner over him. Jones can be. So yeah, if Gonzalez does go down, actually, hopefully I think hope he doesn't, but Jones can be perfectly good number one corner for you. Behind him, and then at slot corner, you also got Marcus Jones. He had a good rookie year, but they think he's a good slot guy. So now behind them in the corner, got Alex Austin, Michael Wilson. They're fine depth, but you're not expecting a ton out of them. They also got Sean Wade, so he's a decent corner in Ohio State, but he is not that much in the NFL. We'll stay there. Is the Patriots always tend to find good corners somehow. They just always do. And then we also got Marcellus Yao Jr. I think this is his rookie year. You're kind of hoping he could have a good, decent rookie year and get ahead of Sean Wade or Alex Austin, just because you don't want Austin as your number four, but you also don't want Clark. Wilson is your number five. Seems like you don't have great corner depth, but you have good starters. Maybe like young guys. And you also got CZ Kern and Isaiah Bolden. Okay, depth, but not in them are really good, very good depth though. And they also got Mikey Victor. I have not heard of him before. Sorry, guys. He was UDFA. Uh, Alabama State. That's it for corners. You got a lot of young guys. You had a good rookie for Edison Gonzalez. Got another third-year corner, Marcus Jones. Behind them, you don't have much. Let's go to state. But if you have some starter struggles or some additional injured, you have some good state. You have a good depth at safety. So those guys can move the corner if needed. So strong safety, you got Kyle Duggar. He's been really good for them. It's just a lot of people didn't like that pick when he was drafted just because he was at a very little known school and but he was a high second round pick, but he's been really good for him. Like Patriots just always had good secondary players since they have Belichick. Hence they have Belichick, I should say, because obviously Belichick's fan. Let's got Joe Peppers. He's a good free safety. He's had some up and down years, but he was after last year, he's worth the contract extension he got. We'll see what happens there, and he's not too old either. To remind them, we got Marti Mapu. This is his second year. He's from a third round pick. Like as a backup safety, he's pretty good. So, but he can also, if you need to, because of corner injury, so you can move him a little bit to corner. He'll be perfectly fine. Then we also got Jalen Hawkins. He's okay. Depth. He used to be started for the Falcons, but you don't want him starting. So, yep. So that's it for those two backups. You got Joshua Bledsoe, another. He was a recent draft pick. So, oh yeah, this is his fourth season. So maybe he'll have a come out of nowhere and have a decent year. But it's going to be tough to make this promotion because they have good backup safeties in front of him. Brendan Schuler and AJ Thomas and Del Pettis, they're bad backups. There's no ones to make this roster. That's if you're secondary. You're doing pretty good in your secondary. You got decent depth and safety to move around if injuries do happen. We'll see there. Now that's it for your defense and your now let's go to your special teams. If Chad Ryland and Joey Sly is a more proven guy. Ryland is a second year guy, but he didn't really do very great last year, so we'll see what happens there. Sly isn't great. He's a fine kicker, but still. And then you also got Bryce Barrington, another second second-year guy they drafted, the kicker and a punter in last year's draft. But it's special teams. It's like they just had a ton of draft picks in that draft, so they're kind of just like, why not, why not throw something at a kicker and punter, see what happens. Next returner, you got a good returner at both positions, Marcus Jones. He had, I think, I think he had a punt return touchdown last year. Let's see here. Turman. So he didn't last year, but this rookie year he did have a return for a touchdown. I thought he did. I just kind of sure. His rookie year here, he did have some. Did play some wide receiver. I doubt he will this year just because he is supposed to be your starting corner, slot corner. Demar Douglas and Jalen Rager, they're fine returners. I don't talk about the long snapper battle rookies there. So that's it for your roster. Your team is not to be good this year. So let's go to your schedule. Let's do it, frankly. Lost. Probably most likely lost. Most likely lost. Or lost. 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 Probably don't split with the Jets because they always. But the Jets should be. Actually, they might split the Jets just because it feels like the Patriots always beat the Jets, even if the Jets supposedly have a better team are supposed to have a better roster. Titans are a potential win. Probably lost. 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 Bye week. Potential, another potential win, loss, potential win, loss. They don't. They have some. Their division should be really good. They're like the only team in this division that's not competing for the playoffs. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day.